You probably guys already know, but I made a video earlier stating, why I quit Guilty Gear. This one's going to be labeled Why I Quit Tekken. And for those of you who don't know, I actually quit Tekken, I think, well over 2 to 3. So basically, but when BB Tag came out, I already quit Tekken. And this one's going to be probably a bit more longer than the Guilty Gear one, because this one has a bit more history behind it. But long story short, the first fighting game I ever took serious was Street Fighter V. Right after the season 2 of Street Fighter V, I was not happy with the nerfs Urien got. And I had already switched mains like 3 to 4 times, so I felt very disheartened. I was at a plateau, long story short. And I should have stuck around with it. That's my biggest regret, is never sticking to Street Fighter V, because there's a lesson I will mention at the end that I didn't learn until now after Strive. But yeah, I quit Street Fighter V. I was very unhappy with the input delay especially. And then I was like, I'm gonna go to Tekken. There was a lot of hype. I even, went to my first tournament. My first progress for events and tournaments was in Tekken7. I actually got 5th place for ASIN, an anime convention here in the Midwest. And I got Genbu 3 times with, Noctis, Lars, and Claudio. So to say I didn't get half bad at that game would be an understatement. But then I also had a bit of a plateau, but then I had a realization of a couple of things. And one of the first ones was that, reason number 1, really. Tekken has no money. TWT Tour, after, I even did some commentary, this and that. And I was like, okay, cool, let's get a look at the match. I was looking at finals and I was like, wait a second. You get paid a welfare check just to go travel there, and they don't cover the expenses and the hotel. Like, then what am I playing for? Like, I'm sorry. I mentioned, so one of the biggest reasons why, I even try to go competitive. To me, if I'm going to spend 100 hours in a game, there's has to be some money involved. I'm sorry. No, I'm a grown-ass adult. I got shit to do. You got me fucked up. That's just my honest opinion. That is how it is. Some of you might play for the passion for the game. And again, I'm not saying that it takes passion to get good at a game. But for me to continue that passion, I need money incentive. I'm sorry. Call me shallow or whatever you want, but that's the name of the game. And if you want to play for fighting game esports, it's not in Tekken, it's in Street Fighter. And that's what I mean, going back to, I learned my lesson. If you're going to be serious, play the one that has money. And the only ones that have money are Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat. And even then, Mortal Kombat is extremely short-lived. Going into another reason why I don't play Mortal Kombat and for Tekken is that I feel the skill level isn't really that high. I feel that you always see the same people over and over again. But it's not so much as not the skill, it's that Tekken is very bloated. I came to the realization after 2 years, Tekken is too bloated. That's why you see the same people all the time. Tekken doesn't feel like it rewards people who are very skilled. Yeah, sure, you can say, oh, Brian Kazi, but the reality is that's the minority. And again, we'll get to another point why I'm not happy with Tekken. But Tekken is far too bloated. I'm not a fan of the balancing. Basically, in short, what I'm saying is reason number 2, I realized Tekken is not for me. It is far too bloated. It feels far too reliant over reactions or execution. I do not like the balancing at all. I don't like the fact that everybody shares the same health. It's extremely stupid. They nerfed all the good characters like Lars and Steve. Steve can't have a 9 frame because that's an exception and we can't have that, Oh, throwing became nerfed. The throw game is non-existent because you can just tech left and right with just one button. Sidestepping is pretty trash in it. Korean backdashing is kind of nerfed compared to 5. Oh, and its input delay is awful. The online is also god-awful. Yeah, no, just the game is 100% not for me. It honestly just pissed me off to the point where it was unhealthy. I'm gonna keep it honest. The game it's a game that wants you to know all the frame data, but also it throws the frame data out the window when it says, oh, fuck it, Xiao Yu wants to do Art of Phoenix stances. Go fuck yourself. And it's just not fun, honestly. Just Tekken is just not fun. So I'm not gonna sit here and play a game I can't stand, with shitty online and really annoying mechanics and core gameplay for a goddamn welfare check that doesn't even cover my plane ticket. You go miss me with that shit. And the third one was honestly the community. The community is extremely awful in Tekken. Might not be a secret to some of you, and even Jiyun has made a video about this. The Tekken community is honestly god awful. Like, there's a lot of cool people, don't get me wrong. It's not like all of them. Like, I want to say the core foundation, like the main really good players are super cool. But, like, everyone else is just trash. Like, I could easily argue that 50% to 75% are just terrible. I've had nothing but really bad experiences with all the non-pro players, which I've never had in the anime or the Street Fighter community, believe it or not. Like, especially if you guys can notice in chat, like, Tekken players are the biggest bitches in the FGC. And granted, I actually want to make an argument and say that Tekken is even a part of the FGC. They're extremely ignorant. They're like the Smashers. I want to say the Tekken community is the Smash of, like, the FGC. Because look at how many people actually didn't know who Geese or like even Akuma was or how to deal with. And people say, oh no, they didn't know how to deal with them. That's how you know they didn't know who the fuck they were. And you see them in chat, going back to what the toxicity, they would always say all these slurs. And again, you can ask Kudocore. She might have a big misconception. I want to have a discussion to her with it. But she can tell you that there is a lot of sexism in the Tekken community. And it's not the FGC, it's the Tekken community. I mean, it exists in overall, right? With something, obviously, we can say it's not so much the community. It's just when a game is that popular, obviously, you're going to have a lot of like bad apples. But even what I mean is even within people, like there's circles, right? There's like people who play the game casually or whatever. Yeah, of course, it's going to be a lot of toxic, just like a COD. And then there's the community itself. And yeah, even within that circle, there's a lot of bad apples in the Tekken community. Because again, a normie isn't randomly watching some tournament for Tekken on Twitch all the freaking time, even years later now, saying the N-word. Again, another thing is they're extremely racist. And I want to say it's mainly the American scene, the Latin and the Middle East, and yeah, actually, no, those are the only ones that are good. The Japanese scene is also very toxic. It's just something to do with how Tekken just pisses people off. And dude, I've actually gotten so many messages on Tekken, it's insane. And I just troll, and it's crazy. Yeah, no, Tekken is extremely toxic. Those are my big 3 reasons. There's no money. The game is 100% not for me, and its community is just extremely toxic. Like I've had honest beef even with other Tekken members, really, over the pettiest shit. You'd be surprised, bro. I mean, I'm lucky I didn't get it because, well, I'm a guy, so I didn't get as much sexism, nor racism. But yeah, no. So yeah, that's why I quit Tekken. So again, you guys might know. Outside of the video that I'm gonna post at some point, yeah, no, Tekken is pretty much done. Maybe you might see me do a Tekken 8 video here or there, but it won't be nothing compared to what I'm gonna be posting up next. Because much like the Guilty Gear guys, you guys are getting cucked over Street Fighter 6. Well, no, the Tekken, you guys, my Tekken guys, you got cucked for BB Tag. You guys got cucked for BB Tag, and sadly that didn't turn out well. Neither did Guilty Gear, and lesson learned, just play Street Fighter. So, more of the lesson, you guys just play Street Fighter. Fuck the other fighting games. You want fighting games to get popular, just play Street Fighter. But yeah, that's it. It's already 5 minutes going, but yeah, it's just something personal from the heart. Nothing personal. I'll still play Tekken casually. You know, so if any of you guys go check out my tutorial videos on how to play Tekken, like I said, I'll play casually. I don't think I'll do beginner sessions anymore for that game as well. Like I said, unless I get a huge demand, because again, the money talks, then okay, I'll do it. But just know, unless you're like someone that's really close to me, I won't be playing Tekken or trying to hit anyone up for Tekken matches because the online is unbearable. And more importantly, if you do want to play me and join my sessions, for the love of God, do not pick characters I can't stand, like Lily, Asuka, or fucking Zhao Yu. I can't stand those 3 characters. Like, choose the cool characters. Like, choose like Paul, Lars, Noctis, Claudio, you know, or any Mishima, you know? Like, if you use any of those characters, then you're cool. You can vibe with me. But yeah, that'll end this video. Thanks you guys for so much, especially you guys who are Tekken followers. I know this is a, you know, shitty announcement to say. Granted, I should have been done this years ago. But yeah, feel free to check out my other stuff. And especially, I'm really going hard with Street Fighter 6. Heck, one of my biggest popular videos is my Potemkin meme video. I plan on doing that for almost every character for Street Fighter 6. You know, I'm very excited. And we'll see how things go from here. But yeah, as far as I see in the future, even Tekken 8, I'll get into a video why I want Tekken 8 to fail. Just know that I don't like the direction where Tekken is heading either. The developers seem to be very ignorant and not to listen to any of our complaints and actually take them to heart. Another reason why I'm not into Tekken. But yeah, that's it. I will catch you guys on the next video, hopefully. Thanks for sticking around. Feel free to unsubscribe if you're primarily a Tekken guy. I won't post too much Tekken stuff anymore. But please feel free to stay around and play much better fighting games, in my opinion.